they might have had to meet, Wellington might have had to meet Westlake, I think. I'm not too sure who knocked them out last year on the crossover. Wellington only lost one game last year.
Oh, yeah. You're with Kat Jones and Phil Burns. Welcome to the 24-14 AA Secondary Schools National Championships. We're at the women's final. We've got Wellington in yellow and New Plymouth High School, New Plymouth Girls High in the navy, dark blue. We apologise for the late start. We had a few technical difficulties. And still no score at the moment. 9:24 to go in the first quarter, and the score is 0-0.
And we're seeing the extended 1-2-2 defence from Wellington. They'll fold back from this into a 3-2 zone usually, and that's what we can see at the moment. Still scoreless.
So Phil, you talked to Coach Steve Graham from Wellington. What did he say were the keys to winning this game?
Well, Wellington are here on a bit of a mission. They see it very much some unfinished business from last year. They went through last year undefeated apart from one game and a crossover, and they feel that this is their year to avenge that defeat. Regards himself as a very strong man-to-man defensive team, but can obviously pull out a couple of defensive tricks there with his half-court zone presses, etc. It should be a heck of a match here this afternoon. Both these teams came through the pool of death, played each other in the in section play. It was a 12-point win to Wellington. They've played them twice this year. These teams have played each other twice with 2 wins to Wellington. So it's going to be interesting to see who has learnt the most in the result of those 2 matches.
So we see Wellington having several opportunities under the hoop. Still scoreless.
Beginning nerves, maybe?
Perhaps, yeah. You often see this at the start. It takes a while to settle.
Nice overload there by the New Plymouth team.
13 makes the shot. No, does not find the net or the hoop.
And what was the New Plymouth, Trent Adams' call on the game? You had a chat with him before the game?
Yeah, I sure did. He talked about counteracting their size, trying to limit Tegan Graham's touches. As you see there, she makes a nice feed in there to number 7, Caitlin Grice.
And the score is 2-0 after 2.5 minutes of play. And a perfect reply.
So that's a 3-pointer to number 5, Bailey Ransfield.
Both teams extending their defence, both teams in a 1-2-2.
I did talk to Trent before the game, Phil, and he did mention they were going to try and mix up their defences, figure out what type of defence worked well for them, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of different change-ups in this game.
And always a good idea to have a look early in the game to experiment with 1 or 2 things, which if don't go right, you've got lots of time to pull it back. And I know that the Wellington coach really rates his team as a man-to-man defensive team, so it's interesting to see them start off so early in this zone.
You just see 5, shoots it again, just long. So Tegan Graham's the big key for the Wellington team. She's a great passer and penetrator. And then we see number 9 getting the ball inside to number 8, who it's tipped off New Plymouth. So we've got a yellow ball, and let's see what they do with this inbounds play. 15 seconds on the shot clock. The score is 3-2 to New Plymouth High.
A lot of room in the corner for that three-point shot. If they're going to play that zone, they're going to have to jump to the pass.
It's another good touch from Caitlin Grice. Another overload there from New Plymouth Girls High. Attacking the middle, nice pass there to 14. Long again, rebound to Tegan Graham. She pushes the ball up, no.
The Wellington coach calls Tegan Graham the heart and soul of his team. Basically, he thinks how she goes, the rest of the team will follow. And there's another, that's a long two.
So Rebecca Neal.
Score out to 6-3 to Wellington. So you wonder how long they can stay in that zone.
We shall see what they do with this next possession. Okay, letting the ball dribble out there. So sub coming into the game for 14. So coming in for Bailey Martin, the coach of New Plymouth Girls. And we've got Tisha Smith in the game. So we've got an on-ball screen. No, lost the handle. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. She's got to put it up. And it's short. Great extended pressure there by the Wellington defence. And already Trent Adams, coach of New Plymouth Girls, is asking for a timeout.
And good on her for taking that shot. At least she was aware of where the clock was and something had to be launched at that stage. Better than an attempt has a chance to go in. Not recognising the need to shoot the ball means you'll never score.
So a pretty good crowd here for the women's final, but I'm hoping that there'll be a few more bodies. There's not that many schools here watching. The boys' final is straight after this game, the men's final, and that is between Otago boys and who is playing in the final? Westlake boys, of course it is.
Westlake.
A couple of great semi-finals yesterday, so it's Otago boys from Dunedin and Westlake boys from Auckland.
It'll be interesting to see how the absence of Lyric Dixon might affect this team. Lyric is a frontline player for the Wellington team. She received a head injury early in this tournament, maybe in game 2, I think it was against Hastings. Possibly got carted off to hospital. She's wearing a neck brace now and sitting on the sideline, but I notice it hasn't stopped her from cheering wildly for her team.
Let's see what Trent Adams does. Still they're in the 2-3 now. The shot went up and it's a bank shot. That's a coach killer. Number 12.
So 3 of the 4 scoring opportunities for Wellington coming from range.
So we've got a few New Zealand rep players in these 2 teams.
Yep. Wellington has got 3 that are in the New Zealand program, a couple of junior tall ferns.
Great shot there. 3-pointer from Kayla Manuirirangi. So that's a great answer to that.
Pulls the score back to within 2, 8-6 Wellington. 5 minutes left in this quarter. Yep, Tegan Graham and Shaleigh Salmon, both junior tall ferns. I think both went to China earlier this year. Lyric Dixon, who would be one of their frontline players if she was well. She's a national under-17 player as well. So they have depth to spare in that team.
And the shot goes up. Well, I can tell you Coach Trent Adams from New Plymouth will be really disappointed with the effort there. They've not managed to secure the rebound. Wellington Girls has had 2 opportunities to score and now they've got another one. He mentioned the key would be rebounding. As 7 goes to the hoop and finishes under pressure.
And isn't it the case, if you get a couple of shots every time you come up the court off offensive rebounds, it makes it a long day at the office.
So we see an on-ball screen here, not working. These girls need to move the ball if they want to do something to spread the defense, I'm sorry.
4 fouled in the act of shooting. Smith will go to the charity line. A good call too. One of the referees, Marty Davidson from the Canterbury region, and the other referee,
Apai is, I believe, from Hawke's Bay. So we see Brianna Latavao into the game. Okay. Subbing in for Teresa Hunt from New Plymouth. She's able to make 1 of 2 there. So Tisha Smith from New Plymouth making 1 of 2 free throws. The score is 10-7 to Wellington, and it's 3:50 to go in the first quarter.
Nice step through, got the defence out of position, drew a foul. Very confident play from... it doesn't look too tall when she's standing in around all those other players, but believe me, that girl is up around 6 foot tall.
Yeah, she's certainly got the height for a point guard, and she's got great vision. She can look over some of those shorter guards, and she's a great penetrator and a passer, so she'll be a handful for New Plymouth girls. So Jessie Allen Russell's come into the game, the first sub for the Wellington team.
Big part of the game for New Plymouth has been the work of 5 and 6, their guard line. Very, very accomplished ball handlers and very good three-point shooters. We see a long 2 going up there.
Oh, great rebound there from Connie Paletti, another junior Torfern player. As is number 6, Kayla.
Great defence and a chance to run out off that block shot.
Great finish there by Tegan Graham.
Beautiful body awareness of where she was in space.
So Wellington out to a 6-point lead. And an open shot for Kayla Manuirirangi, and she nails it under pressure.
And believe me, she reined them in on my team this season when we were playing them in section play. She scares the heck out of me. Her and 5 from perimeter.
Oh,
and a live wire. Look at that steal.
Manuirirangi into the passing lane and gets the steal and finishes the layup.
The score, 2.5 minutes to go. 13-11 in Wellington's favour. Using their height well in there, and they using their height very well with the transfer big to big.
Oh, a great defensive stop leads to a fast break opportunity, and Paletti scores. So it's 13 all now. Wellington's possession, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Paletti is one of those very, very difficult players to mark. She always turns up at the right place at the right time. That time under the basket.
Nice pass there from number 6, Kayla Manuirirangi. Dishes it off, and what a finish. And there's the timeout that we've been expecting.
And is that the first time that New Plymouth had taken the lead in this game? I think it is.
Yeah, I believe so.
15-13, 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Both teams over their beginning nerves. It's interesting to see that Wellington have got out of their zone defence. They're now putting man-to-man pressure in, which is the coach's preferred defence. And yet that's where New Plymouth have started to score some baskets and come back into the game.
So they've managed to get a couple of defensive stops and then really push the ball. I think that'll be one of the keys that Coach Adams mentioned to me, was getting the ball out in transition and really attacking their bigs. So he'll be pleased with how they've come back after that timeout.
In all their games to date this season, Wellington have very seldom given away more than 40 points a game. They are a very, very good defensive unit, and the coach rates his ability to keep most teams under 50, even good teams. At the moment, he must be a little bit disappointed with their defense. They are sitting on giving away maybe a 60-point game at this stage, but it's a long way to go.
Yeah, that's for sure. So at the moment for Wellington, Caitlin Grice, number 7. She's on 6 points, so she's done really well to get some good looks. And for New Plymouth girls, as we see them extending the defence, Kayla Manuirirangi has 7 points, and she's got some contributions from a couple of others. as Seven shoots again, and that'll be a violation.
Great defence. Extending that pressure well out into the mid-court area, holding them away from the boards. They were looking for anything rather than a good thing at the end there.
Oh, and Seven attacks. Nice dish to 11, but she can't handle it. Grice picks up and hands it off to Tegan Graham.
Some nice help from the Wellington defence there, man-to-man, and someone stepping across.
As you can see, they're a great cutting team, Wellington.
Oh, certainly are. And the ability to pass from big to big inside the keyhole.
So just under 35 seconds to go in this quarter. The scores are locked at 15-all. Let's see what Manuirirangi can do here. She attacks, dishes it.
Beautiful dish.
Great finish.
Fantastic penetration, finding a free man at the hoop as well.
So Brianna Lataval scores under the hoop. Can't get simpler than that.
New Plymouth staying in that zone.
One possession left. 10 seconds on the clock, game clock. Goes inside, nice cut, Seven shoots, and a rebound to 15.
And that will be the quarter. We have New Plymouth in the lead by 2 points at the end of the first quarter. They lead 17-15. It's the time when New Plymouth got back into the game. Let's see how confident the coach is with maintaining that man-to-man philosophy.
Yeah, for sure. As you see, New Plymouth again in that 2-3. Covering that the post player in there, Chalet Salmon, as Tegan drives and dishes, Seven shoots.
Great boxing out, lovely boxing out triangle by New Plymouth.
Yeah, Teresa Hunt. Coach Adams mentioned that she needs to have a big game, and she'll be struggling height-wise against her taller opponent, but she's doing a great job at the moment. She sets a nice screen for Manuirirangi. Dishes it to Connie Pelletti, who's fouled.
Pelletti seems to have like almost the complete game, doesn't she? She's got a bit of a perimeter game. She can handle the ball. She passes it well, and she's very strong inside.
Yeah, I guess that's a testament to her junior tall fern selection this year. As we just jinxed her.
Sorry about that, Miss Pelletti.
Okay, we'll look to see if they put a pressure on here after this free throw. Oh, and 0 from 2. Manuirirangi hustles it, but it's passed to Tegan Graham.
5 on 4 if they want it. They've still got the overlap.
Oh, and great find underneath the 7 and 9 cuts for the easy 2. So Chalet Solomon is another junior tall fern. She's got size. How tall would you say she is, Phil?
I would say that she'd be 6'1", 6'2", would you say?
Yeah, possibly. Did you see her match up against the Westlake girls in the semi?
Oh, right, maybe.
Oh, nice roll
but
there.
Very strong, very strong.
So Wellington beat Westlake girls A team in the semi-final yesterday to get into this match here. As 14 looks to attack, dishes it nicely to Teresa Hunt. Number 7 Grice gets a hand in there, and it's Wellington ball. Yeah, so Wellington beat Westlake girls, and Westlake girls have got some great height in their team, so it would have been an interesting game.
Yeah, indeed.
And a long 2 there by Tiare Nata, and the score is 21-17 to Wellington.
Wellington are scoring from all round the court, aren't they? Inside and outside, creating the most questions on the defence possible. And they're not relying on an inside game, they're not relying on the 3.
Oh, it's a nice finish there.
New Plymouth taking the ball strong to the hoop more often than not and getting their results that way. The girl with the ball now, just giving it up. Bryce, the coach, rates very highly. Thinks she's the most underrated player in secondary school basketball.
As you see, New Plymouth girls on the break. Oh, can't quite finish, but Pelletti tips it and commits the foul. Yeah, I've been impressed with Grice actually. She's finds herself in the right spot a lot, and while it's perhaps an unorthodox shot, it goes in.
Yeah, and she apparently has the knack of getting to the right place at the right time. Some of those things that's very hard to coach. She has a great instinct for the ball and an instinct of where she should be. And she's a defensive little demon.
Oh, that's not the pass Coach Graham wanted in there as New Plymouth lead the break. Oh, we got a shooter. And that's well short. Maybe just a bit more patience on that one, and a reversal might have been necessary.
Very early in the offence to take a contested 3.
But as you say, they've been quite consistent.
Oh, exactly, and you're not going to reinvent the wheel at this stage of the tournament. The coach have a lot of faith in her ability to hit that shot, as indeed with this number 6 for the identical shot.
Oh, that's a great find there. She uses that screen well, Manuirirangi.
Beautiful use of the screen, and a lovely relaxed. She didn't try and take it too far. She found the open spot, gave herself time for a relaxed shot.
Oh, great touch there by Pelletti. Tips it to herself. And New Plymouth have the possession. It's 21 all locked up, 6:25 to go in the second quarter. Manuirirangi asking for the screen, passes it into Hunt, who kicks it to 5. Bit of a dodgy pass. 2 seconds on the shot clock, and that's a violation.
Now, you know, there's one thing that you can be a lot of things in this game, including being small, but that means you've got to be twice as smart. You're in the guard line, it's almost inexcusable to not know where the clock is and get a shot off in plenty of time.
Yeah, very frustrating when you've made a good defensive effort down the other end and you can't get a score on this one. As 12 launches it, and Manuirirangi gets the rebound. So Tiari Nata's taken a couple of long twos. She's hit a couple too. And we're waiting for the on ball. Manuirirangi uses the screen. Hesitation.
Lovely.
Kicks it to
Beautiful.
number 5, who nails the 3.
And there we were talking about her ability to score. The coach has confidence in her 3s. She has confidence in her 3s. Her teammate has confidence to give her the ball when she's free in the corner.
And as we speak, Nata launches another and chases a rebound, and that's Grice there with the ball. And now back to Graham. Reverses it. Getting good ball movement, taking a lot of outside shots. Would you say that they're perhaps not playing to their strengths when they're not getting any touches to
Well,
Salmon?
Salmon's hardly touching the ball. You know, should certainly be one of the premier forwards here at this tournament. She's having worked very hard.
Oh, bit of miscommunication there between Hunt. 14's going to have to shoot it, and it's a turnover there. 24 shot clock violation, 24-second violation.
Now, her inability to get the ball might be a testament to the quality of the defence. They're paying a lot of attention to her. She likes to post up high too. And in this sort of defence, she is being marked by guards, which you'd think might give her a bit of an advantage, but they get quick position on her. Now she's moving down to the low post area, see what sort of position she can get, but I bet you she busts up, and she does.
And she gets a touch inside, finds Graham, and just short on that one. And Manuirirangi pushes the ball up the court.
And
nice pass.
Finds the free person.
Oh, great shot. Tisha Smith has made a couple of good shots. She's in the right place, and she's shooting with that relaxed confidence.
And to come off the bench that way, they get a good contribution from their bench players.
Salmon shoots it. Just long, and Pelletti with the rebound. Gobbles it up. And again, New Plymouth push the ball, but they're well covered. Oh, and the shot's up. Oh, great rebound, Pelletti. And again, bit of miscommunication, pull it out. On-ball screen from Manuirirangi. She attacks, puts the ball up. Under a bit of pressure there.
Yeah.
And just long.
Nice shot, nice runner. Used to be a shot that was coached out of players, now coached into players.
Great defence there. They're trapping Graham in the corner. She's got the skills to get out of it. Moving the ball well. Grice takes a shot. And it's not quite on. Another great rebound from Paletti.
These New Plymouth girls create fantastic space between themselves and the hoop in the rebound situation.
Nice hunt. Just long Paletti again, hunting the ball. And their possession.
Score with 2:51 to go in the second quarter. 26 to New Plymouth, 21 to Wellington. Very tight game.
And she was pretty unlucky there. I thought she had quite good position, but the foul was called. It's a great out of bounds play. Paletti cuts to the hoop off the screen and gets an opportunity to score 2 freebies.
Yeah, that's one of those calls that sometimes you can see going some other way than what happened there.
So I've been impressed with how New Plymouth have started the second quarter. They've really shut down that middle, forced Wellington to take quite a few outside shots, and they've limited their cuts, which has worked really well for them.
And Wellington are not getting any second shots when they come up the court. Their boxing out is incredible. They put enough pressure on the ball to force, a contested shot just about every time. They find position very quickly with the ball in the air, and they do not give away second shot opportunities. Well, they haven't lately.
So New Plymouth got past St Peter's Cambridge in yesterday's semi-final, and it was another tough matchup for them, but St Peter's Cambridge probably doesn't have the height as well, so it was probably a more even matchup.
Yeah, I think St Peter's had to rely on Crystal Ledger-Walker a lot. She's a scoring machine and a very good defender as well. I think the other team just had a few more weapons in the sack that they could distribute the ball around a little bit more and look for a variety of scoring opportunities.
Yeah, you're right there. I did see the end of that game, and I saw Crystal hit 3 threes in the last sort of
Which she does.
And Paletti nails the first one. So this will be an interesting time for Wellington. I'd like to see what they can run out of this offensive set.
That's 2 free throws to Paletti. That takes the score 28-21. 2 minutes 45 left in the second.
Oh, great touch there by Paletti. She's having a fabulous game.
She's having a blinder.
And Manuirirangi using that hesitation again.
She's got that hesitation nailed, hasn't she?
Paletti goes for it. No. Oh, and then Manuirirangi with the steal and the great find. Talata Val.
I'd rate that as the pass of the series so far. The ability to steal that ball, be falling out of court and still find a free person at the hoop. Brilliant.
Grice with the ball. Okay, we've got Salmon at the top there and back to Graham. Let's see what they can do using the screen. No. Nata with the shot. And Grice hustles. Great hustle there from Grice. A little bit of niggle underneath.
And the referee calls a halt to it.
That's a foul on Ransfield from New Plymouth. And Wellington ball. There hasn't been a lot of fouls called in this game thus far, so...
No, only 2 apiece in the second quarter and only 1:40 to go in it. Has nothing to do with any softness on the part of the teams. They're playing pretty physical defence. The referee's making a good job of letting them bang the bodies as they want to a bit.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess what we've seen is a lot of sort of jump shots, using screens well. And this looks like we're back to a zone again by Wellington. See what they can do with this offensive set, New Plymouth. Moving the ball well, and 7 for the 3. And Manuirirangi is in there again.
Is there a place that she can't play well on this court? She has got a great instinct.
And we find her again in the corner with the ball. Gets into Paletti, and Paletti takes the jump shot and nails that baseline jumper.
And that takes the score with a minute to go in the quarter, 32-21 in favour of New Plymouth.
We see Graham here looking to get into Salmon, to Grice, and back to Nata, and back to Graham again. Let's see what she can do here. And forces it.
Now, I don't know whether Salmon needs to be passing the ball to anybody when she's receiving it 4 feet from the hoop. She's strong, she's got a nice shot. Maybe she'll be thinking of drawing the foul or an and-one situation. It's nice to get the ball in and kick it out, but it's even better to get the ball out and kick it in.
Oh, my apologies, I was calling number 6, Tairi Nata. So Rebecca Neal takes a rest on the bench for Wellington, and Nata gets back in the game. 4, and everything's going New Plymouth's way at the moment. Hunting the ball, getting great positions. And Paletti again.
3 rebounds.
So that's Joellen Howe there, number 7.
They'll have the last possession of this quarter. There's 8 seconds left in it. They won't be looking too early yet. Anytime now, and there goes the long 2.
And just short, Wellington will dribble it out. So, 32-21 to New Plymouth girls.
Well, the Wellington coach will not be happy with the way they've been leaking points in and around the hoop. I know these New Plymouth girls have been shooting the ball well from the outside when they were free, but they've got the great ability to penetrate to the hoop and find that free person. Just wonder what defensive change-ups the Wellington coach will be thinking of. It's been the heart and soul of their game over the past 2 years, their ability to limit teams to below 50 points. At the moment, a little bit behind that target.
And also not being able to score as well has really hurt them. New Plymouth girls have done an amazing job of keeping them out. They have had some touches inside, but have not used their strength, I think, which is their size inside.
So we've got a 10-minute period at half-time here, with 9 minutes of that still to run. 32 to New Plymouth, 21 to Wellington. 2 quarters to come.
And then you're going to nominate one of the 2 to sprint out, grab the ball, lay out, win against the prizes. So 2 prizes for the winner. So put your hand out, and then back, wheel go again, and then out. Ready? Count them down. 3, 2, 1, go! All right, into the wheel row, here we go. All the way back, here we go. Oh, look at that team, man.
She's my biggest player, and she's a year 10, so she's about 6 foot now. And look, we've got 3 more years with her.
Should I put that over there?
Here we go, the 2 winners. We have a couple of talkers there.
We don't need this
There's 2
thing.
here, and there's 2 there. Talkers, reactions, it's unlucky. Let's rip those balls in the crowd. Pick somebody in the crowd. Top those balls in. There's one over here. Grab those balls. Who wants that? Who wants that? Who wants that? Who wants it? You guys want one? Who wants it? Oh, Scorpions, well done, you deserve it. All right, enjoy the rest of the half, guys. Cheers.
The team's distributing the ball well, though. They've got three other players on 6 points. That's Bailey and Brianna. That's Lataveo.
Let's see what Wellington do to try and stop and contain this New Plymouth
They've
offense.
gone back to their zone.
Oh, but 13 with a great rebound, and 11 again, Connie Paletti. Can't quite handle the balls on the floor, and we've got a jump ball. So it goes back to Wellington.
And for Wellington, their scoring's been pretty limited. 21 points for the half, and Caitlin Grice leading with 6 points.
And again, back into that 2-3 zone. They're shutting off their baseline, but Graham somehow manages to get the ball to Salmon, who can't quite finish. Grice is in there again, tipping the rebound. Oh, and Manuirirangi again extending that pressure and almost getting a steal. Graham shoots the 3. Short, and Paletti with another rebound.
There's been a bit of a battle on the boards in the first half. A battle which has to date been won by New Plymouth with 5 extra rebounds in total. They're causing all sorts of problems when they're on offense, getting second shots, and they're looking after their own boards very well.
Well, Paletti's already got 9 rebounds in this game, so not great for Wellington, as Graham misses that one. But New Plymouth tips it out, so Wellington get another possession. Setting a screen on that zone. Manuirirangi's covering that drive well, and as you see, Rebecca Neal launching that long too.
Yeah.
And up the court, great vision there from Manuirirangi to Paletti. But Graham's there to tip it out.
Starting off frantically.
We've got the baseline inbound play from New Plymouth, a little curl around.
Teresa Hunt.
And a corner shot. No, it passes it up.
And that's an open
And she's
three.
a sharp shooter.
Paletti again. Hustling, and Hunt doesn't finish it.
Oh, Wellington got off light there.
And would you be pleased, more pleased with that one if Hunt had used her left hand, coach?
Yeah. That's right. Purist. Paletti running that centre lane and being rewarded with the pass forward from the guard line.
And it's a 3 for Manuirirangi. No, and another rebound. Paletti nails that.
And draws the foul. Well, if she was to pick a game of the year to be having a signature rebounding effort, this would be it, and she's delivering in a major way. Just wonderful awareness of where the ball is, where it's going to, and the distance she has to be from the hoop.
So Grice takes a seat. Is she on 2 fouls, coach? Yeah, it looks like Shamar Maso-Jones in the game for Grice. Oh, and again, Paletti is the recipient of a missed shot, and again another rebound and an easy putback.
The Wellington coach cannot be happy with that defensive effort on Paletti. I'm sure they must have discussed her at half time.
And Nata nails that jump shot, but they're going to have to get their defence set early because Manuirirangi is looking to push it at every opportunity.
Look, Paletti's all by herself again in the middle of the keyhole.
Great find by Manuirirangi. And Bransfield nails the 3. They are shooting with confidence. Let's see what Wellington do here with this position. Manuirirangi steps out. Lots of pressure on Tegan Graham. Quick shot taken by Nata, and again, New Plymouth pushed the ball.
And who's the first player up the court?
Connie Paletti.
A rare mistake, a rare mistake. The turnovers so far from the game have been outstandingly slight, both teams credit. New Plymouth up to that date only had 3 turnovers for the entire game, which is an outstanding statistic, as against the 8 turnovers in the first half from Wellington.
And finally, Salmon scores under the basket, gets a nice seal, and Tegan finds her and rewards her with that pass.
With 6 minutes to go, 37 New Plymouth, 25 Wellington. Again, a dish to the hoop. Again, Paletti.
Can't quite finish that shot. Graham with the ball. And Manuirirangi with a great steal. And a pass to Paletti. Finishes the left-hand layup.
With a left-hand layup, just as you ordered there, coach. And the Wellington coach has seen enough. He wants to talk things over. New Plymouth are just sailing away with this in this quarter. In the past 4 minutes and 15 seconds, they have reached a target of 39 points. And Wellington are languishing behind on 25. It strikes me that they're going to have to pay some particular attention to Paletti.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them out in a man-to-man defence after this timeout.
Certainly, yeah. But obviously what they're doing isn't working. The coach has still got plenty of time to do something about it. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this quarter, and another quarter still to go. They may be trailing by 14 points, but that's an eternity in basketball, that amount of time.
And I'm just looking at the stats here. So Paletti's already on a double-double, 10 points and 14 rebounds. Manuirirangi's on 9 points. She has 7 assists. She has 4 rebounds and 3 steals. So a great all-round game from Manuirirangi.
What would you imagine the Wellington coach will be telling his girls now then?
Well, I think for these girls, I hope that he'll be making some adjustments, but also trying to get them to get some stops on defence. If they get those stops on defence and they can push the ball and look to get it inside as much as possible. At the moment, if their heads are down, it's more about getting them focused on something that they can do rather than focused on something they're not doing right.
Good call.
And we see a sub into the game. Oh, and Paletti again, hands in the passing lanes, tipping that ball out. So Tara Young is in the game, number 4 there for Wellington. As we see Salmon receive the ball, that one dribble out on the perimeter, waste. As Graham launches a 3, and it's good.
Well, good work from the captain, just what they needed.
Now it looks like Tara Young has been inserted into the game to put a lot of pressure on Manuirirangi. She is all over her and forces that pass, so perhaps a great call there from the coach. Let's see what Graham does. Passes it up. Oh, screen there by 15, and a foul on the shot by Graham.
It's interesting, as the game goes on and on, Salmon seems to be playing further and further from the hoop. It's almost as if she's trying to draw out maybe some of the bigger defenders to allow that penetration opportunity to a teammate. Possibly, yes, as
Graham misses the first free throw. I think what Wellington have done so well this entire tournament, though, is passed and cut very well.
Yeah, and getting the ball to Salmon with people cutting through the middle would be a big option for them.
Yeah. I mean, maybe this is fatigue we're seeing here as Graham misses those 2 free throws. It can be a long tournament for some of these players if you don't have a very deep bench.
And Tegan played all of the first half.
So as we see the pressure being extended, New Plymouth will have to put something up. They've got 3 seconds.
This is good defence from Wellington.
And Paletti again.
And Paletti again.
Unstoppable. What a great find.
It would almost be worth giving one girl the task of keeping between her and the basket and not playing any help side defence, because every time Paletti gets free inside that hoop, something good seems to happen for the New Plymouth team.
It's 8. Graham scores for Wellington, keeping them in touch. They're 11 down. It's 41-30. Paletti takes Salmon off the dribble. Great play there by Tegan Graham.
That was a very, very big block. Very big block.
And Grice is coming into the game for Salmon.
Going smaller and faster, perhaps?
Well, I've got to say, off the dribble, Connie Paletti's been very effective, so she's getting a well-deserved rest now. And Teresa Hunt in the game, but cannot convert. So Grice back into the game. I'd like to see her get some more touches for Wellington. And pass to the short corner. Finds Graham in the corner. No, rebound though. Oh, great rebound by Hunt.
She ripped the ball out of the air. I think I heard air being squeezed out of the ball when she rebounded that one.
Did she get her elbows out, Phil? Because that's what I've been trying to tell my girls. Nice runner there.
Manuirirangi.
Again.
Penetration going left. Good defense.
Oh, that's a travel surely. No. And Hunt tips it out. Yeah, Coach Adams is asking for the travel there too.
And
great
offering
defense.
helpful advice to the referees, which is always appreciated.
Let's see what Wellington do here. Young with the ball to the playmaker Graham. Graham passes it in and it's short. Oh, Grice gives away another foul. And that's her 4th. So she will be out of the game, I would think. Yep. 4 fouls there for Caitlin Grice.
3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 43-30 to New Plymouth. 43-30 New Plymouth.
Manuirirangi is getting a bit of pressure now by Young. Handles it and passes it up. Joellen Howe with the ball.
Looking very comfortable on the dribble.
And Hunt.
Very nice.
Manuirirangi again.
Gets away with a little travel.
Chase that ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Goes up. And that's a violation. I don't think Paletti will be out of the game for too much longer there. And as I speak, she's moving up to the subs bench. Let's see what Graham does here. Into Salmon and cuts off it. They're covering that pass nicely. Great box out there by Hunt on Chalet Salmon. So Manuirirangi with Brianna Latavao asking for the ball. Shots up. Oh, and a little bit of a hustle there. Hustle play by Jessie Ellen Russell. Graham attacks the rim. Nice play.
Yeah. Good work from the captain. Their leadership from the front brings it back to 11 points. The difference still in New Plymouth's favour. A little bit of momentum shift occurred out there with Paletti off the court, hasn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, there was a shot waiting there. She didn't have to advance the ball anywhere.
And there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hunt with the ball. She's going to have to put it up. And 4. Sorry, yeah. Tisha Smith, I'm sorry.
Smith has proved to be a bit of a super sub, hasn't she?
Oh,
she comes
sure.
on the court. She contributes very positively.
So Graham again at the line.
And Paletti back into the game.
And Brianna Latavao takes a rest. So at the moment, Graham has 10 points. And adds another one, 11 now. Four assists, 2 steals and 2 block shots. A lot of pressure here on Manuirirangi, but she's able to absorb it. A screen set by Paletti, who rolls. No. Shot.
You get the feeling that they've executed that a few times over the season. Nice on ball, freeing a person up for an unopposed shot from the perimeter. See a 3. Nothing but net.
Tiare Nata, that's a great find. Score down to 10, the lead down to 10, 47-37. Coach Graham will be wanting to get this game, the lead down to within single figures, I'd be thinking, going into the final quarter. Paletti takes Salmon off the dribble, can't finish, but got her own rebound and couldn't quite hold on to it.
Okay, New Plymouth have got to play 20 seconds of defence here. I don't think Wellington will be looking to shoot this too early. A made basket here will get it to single figures. And they'd be coming out of this quarter feeling very good if they can get this down to single figures.
Again, got it inside. Salmon acts as a passer. Great defence there by Paletti and by Hunt. They're trying to flick something up and they can't get it to go. And New Plymouth are running off the court. They got a lot of energy. And Wellington, let's see what they do after this quarter. They're running out of time.
10 minutes to go and 10 points the difference. You know, a couple of stops and a couple of made baskets, and they still are. They're right in this game. We have not seen Wellington at its best. They haven't been allowed to play to their best, but I can't help but think that they've got more to offer than what we've seen so far in this match. I wouldn't take anything for granted right now.
So Paletti at the 3-quarter mark has 12 points and 17 rebounds, Coach.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. She's a bit of a franchise, that girl.
Manuirirangi, number 6, 13 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. She's having a wonderful game, so let's hope Wellington can do something different. I think they need to look at how they're defending these pick and rolls, maybe trap Manuirirangi off that pick and roll.
I think they can't wait for these girls to come up the court now. They have to get out there and disrupt in the mid-court, and they've got to handle Paletti inside the paint. You know, their extended defence is very strong. Back into their zone, maybe they could try a box and one on her perhaps. Just keep somebody in her face between her and the basket. And for Wellington girls, who's there? We've got Tegan Graham, of course, doing very well on 12 points. The next highest player, Nata, on 5, and on 9, sorry. And the scoring sort of distributed only among another 3 or 4 players. Really getting into this.
Now we're here these last 2 minutes, and where these girls need to hear your support, because the game will be won and lost.
So we're back here. I've been quite impressed with Joelle and how she's come and taken on an attacking role in this team as they try and deny the ball to Manuirirangi. She throws something up. Paletti, who's there? She tips it. 5 on the shot clock. Manuirirangi goes baseline.
And Paletti's showing a great rebounding technique. If you can't own it, spoil it. If you can't grab it, make it difficult for the other team to grab it. Sometimes you can only get your fingertips to it, and that's enough to get the ball somewhere where one of your guards can get down to it. And that looked like she got away with a foul there.
Yeah.
But the referees were pretty close, and we're 90 feet from it. We've got a back screen from Paletti. She wandered down and set the down screen.
Ball to
and go to the hoop.
And it's a swish again. I like the structure that New Plymouth girls play with. They stick to what they know best. And Trent Adams has got them well drilled and well coached.
They set very effective screens, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, and in the number 4, Tisha Smith. Outstanding defensive play to spoil that.
So we're a minute into the last quarter. 49 plays 37. 49 goes to New Plymouth. 37 to Wellington.
And
Paletti again makes it look. Oh.
And 13. Still with that right hand, but finishes this time.
Yeah. And I suppose in a national final, it's not the time to change your shooting style. Maybe that's the time for the off-season, but a left hand there would be a good weapon.
And into Salmon. Pass to Graham, and Hunt there with the blocking foul. They're moving their feet well, but just didn't quite cover that one. Now, interestingly enough, number 7, Caitlin Grice, is on the floor with 4 fouls.
Okay, well that's a big call from their coach. He's done the mathematics, he's done the time and score, and he knows the player well. I don't doubt that she's come back out on the floor with some very specific instructions about whether or not she should be fouling anybody.
Yeah, she needs to be on the court though. Their scoring options seem to be limited to just a couple of players. So a bit of moisture on the court there. Marty Davison's spotting that.
I would just like to see Salmon, who receives that ball, keep it a little bit more. You know, like I know that they've had that pass to the big and the cuts through probably all season long, but she looks like she's got the business inside if she would just take that 4-foot shot occasionally.
Oh, and a great back cut by Tisha Smith.
And who comes up the rebound? Grice.
Can't hold on to it. So she's getting really overplayed by Graham, and she managed to back cut on that. Oh, and it's Nata for 3. She did not hesitate. See Paletti up high, setting a screen for Howe. Manuirirangi with the ball.
She's expecting to set the screen, does so, opens up high and gets herself to the boards. No need. I think that's the girl I'd want making layups for us in a dying situation. She can certainly nail them.
Oh, and she's extending that defense, closes out. Rebecca Neal nails that jumper.
Look, Wellington are just not going away, are they? They have not laid down at all. They're still within contact. 12 points down. They're just a couple of stops and a couple of baskets away from right back here. But they can't allow that. Can't allow an on ball with nothing but the opportunity to use it and come unopposed for that shot, which is her signature shot.
I wouldn't be going under on that shot.
No, not against her.
And she tips the ball again. She's into everything. She's played all game. In the passing lane, 12. Paletti, another rebound. So Tiari Nata is a threat from outside, but I just don't think they're moving the ball quick enough against that zone. They're not moving the zone. Bit of extended pressure there by Graham. She's almost in denial against Smith. But that's the one that's doing the damage. Manuirirangi again. Timeout, Wellington girls.
Timeout. Oh. 2 questions to be answered by the Wellington team. How do you stop Paletti, and how do you stop Manuirirangi? She is a ball of fire from the perimeter. If you go out to her outside shot, she goes around you to the hoop. Big questions asked of the defence of the Wellington team now. Questions that they have taken a lot of pride in answering all this year and all last year. But New Plymouth cannot seem to do anything wrong and have extended their lead to 16 points with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in this quarter.
So at the moment, Graham is really your only offensive weapon with 14 points. Actually, number 12, Nata's come out and had a couple of shots, so she's on 9 points at the moment.
Grice on 10.
Grice on 6.
Yeah.
Got a couple of contributions from some of the other shooters. Rebecca Neal, 2. Salmon's only on 6 points, so they'll need to really either hammer it inside or get it out to their shooters who, it's fair to say, need to make some of those long shots.
By contrast, New Plymouth, I've got 3 girls who are either in double figures or just about in double figures. Ransfield on 9, Manuirirangi on 19, and Politi on 12. But those 12 points are backed up by 17 rebounds.
Weak side to Graham, steps out to the 3, looks down at her feet first, and Salmon with that offensive rebound. 7, Grice going to the hoop and passing it to Salmon, but just couldn't hold on to it. So Salmon, by contrast, has had, I think that would be her 6th rebound for the game, so she's actually, for her size, being well covered. Not getting the opportunity to get those offensive rebounds since the start of the first quarter.
That's good recognition on the part of the New Plymouth defence about who the key players are and what they're capable of doing. Disrupted again there. Beautiful defence. They've got a 3-on-3.
Lataval. Oh.
Plenty of rebounding.
Politi and Manuirirangi fighting over that rebound.
And a rare mistake underneath the offensive hoop.
And Graham goes to the hoop, passes off to Neil, who launches. Politi again fighting. Graham is the recipient. Looks like it's a foul from behind, perhaps. No, they've called that on Politi. That's interesting.
It's interesting. it's certainly an interesting call. Perhaps the call on those block situations now is if you're travelling forward, they really give you no leeway at all. Perhaps she was shuffling her feet forward.
So here we see Grice into Graham. Okay, Manuirirangi covering and putting the shot up. But number 4, Tisha Smith, having an outstanding game. She seems to have won that position. That court time over Ransfield at this stage, who actually looks to be coming back into the game. A great sub for Adams. It's what you want, that productivity off the bench.
Yep, and she has delivered in a major way. Shot the ball. Someone just shot the ball into the hand of the defender, which is annoying.
Yeah, I think that was Howe. I'll be interested to see. I'm thinking that she might be the one getting the sub. We'll see. And Politi again just wants the ball, and a foul by Salmon.
Draws an obvious foul. Yep. So she's getting up. There'd be a half a metre under her feet in every rebound situation. So she not only gets great defensive position, she jumps at she's got immaculate timing, getting out to the full extent when she needs to be at a full extent. Probably what you'd have to do when you're rebounding against Salmon.
So we do see Ransfield back into the game for Howe, number 7. So she'll take a breather. And immediately Ransfield finds Politi at the high post, who dishes to Smith, and a shot for Hunt. Contested shot, and Graham with the rebound. She pushes it up the court. Nice find to Salmon.
At last they delivered the ball to the biggest weapon that they could have in that forward lineup in the right place. Rather than 8 feet from the hoop, 2 feet from the hoop.
So we see a couple of on balls here for Manuirirangi. She dishes to Hunt, over to Smith, and she wants the ball again. She gets it, on ball screen. What can she do? That runner, just a little bit too much on that one. Let's see what Graham can do here. Salmon running the lane. It's a 3, but contested.
And we've got 3 minutes left in this game. We have New Plymouth on 57, Wellington on 43.
Just forced that one a little bit there, Hunt. Smith fired it up to her and she forced it into Politi, and Grice picked it off. Let's see what Wellington are made of. Grice thought about it, passed it on.
And there's the open 3.
And Politi again.
Safe pair of hands.
They kick it up to Ransfield. This team now will be wanting to use the clock, running through their 24-second allowance. And they get an opportunity here for an out-of-bounds play. Adams calls a timeout, gives them the instructions that they need. So Phil, I guess 57-43, 2:25 to go.
Well, you might as well get hung for a sheep as a lamb. If they continue to do what they're doing now, Wellington will not win this game. They have to change their tactics. I think they're going to have to up the tempo of their offence. They haven't got a lot of time to make a lot of passes, but they've certainly got to get themselves to the offensive boards to give themselves an opportunity of a second shot on a miss. The New Plymouth team called that timeout, maybe to give the likes of Paletti a bit of a rest. She has run most of this game. The danger of calling a timeout when things are running in your favour is that you might break the rhythm of what you've achieved so far, but the coach will know his players, he'll know how much time they've been spending out there. They still look to me to be focused and fit and making good decisions. They get the ball to the right people at the right time as the clock runs down. I just want to see what Wellington are going to do now.
So, interestingly enough, New Plymouth girls have 24 points in the paint and Wellington have 20, so they've really taken out probably what was one of Wellington's strengths,
yep,
their inside presence,
yep,
and used it to their advantage. Oh, and they created turnover.
Right, okay, so is that the chink in the armour that New Plymouth were looking for? They're smartly getting the ball in without getting the clock started, but now they have to be very positive about advancing it and getting involved in an offence.
And Tegan Graham shoots the three. Grice with a great rebound. Can she finish it? No. Manuirirangi again. And she has faith in her players, doesn't she? She will give the ball up.
Yes, they've got a very good guard line. Very, very competent, very confident with the ball. I just love watching Paletti move around the court. She will rebound the ball and be the first player up the court almost every time. And it's not that New Plymouth are slow getting the ball up the court. She is just quick.
Takes that shot there under pressure with the clock running down and can't quite finish. Here comes Graham on the break.
Receives the foul.
Ransfield, that's a quick foul and probably a good one. It's one of those hard ones, isn't it, trying to teach your players sometimes they should be giving up maybe a quick foul.
Yep, indeed.
On a fast break.
Not a bad option at all. And they've still got another one to give in this match with only 1 minute 34 left. Another timeout being called. This timeout surely called by Wellington.
Yeah.
14 points down, 1.5 minutes to go. They have just got to go at these girls. They've got to rain shots in, offensively rebound like tigers, take the risk of giving up fast break opportunities against them, but you know, they'll just cruise to a loss if they continue to do what they have been doing.
I think we might see some fouls. I think if Wellington do want to get back into this game, they've only committed one foul.
Yeah, they're going to have to be very quick. They've got to get 3 more up before very long, before the clock moves too far along in this match, if they're going to get the benefit of the opportunity of rebounding a missed foul shot. Funny that sometimes the foul situation can hurt you, and sometimes, you know, being in the foul and being in the bonus against you is a good thing.
So I'm sure that Trent Adams, coach of New Plymouth Girls, has given his players the instruction, more of the same, keep pushing it, but use that shot clock.
Yeah, I would be surprised if there's any shot taken without a couple of seconds left on the clock, unless it's an unopposed layup.
And Graham gets the screen from Grice, who tries to go after the rebound, but again, Paletti, she's been a demon on the boards. And I think we'll see a foul here. They're trying to foul, finally. And Coach Graham is very
trying to
animated.
help the referees in their decision about when to make that call. A little bit annoyed that it seemed to take what he thought was an eternity to make that call.
I think sometimes too it's the awareness of the players of actually you have to go and foul immediately.
Yeah, on the reception.
And looks like the ball's into Hunt.
There's another one,
but
she got away with it.
But they're too slow.
There's another one. And once again, the coach very helpfully helping the referee understand where he made a mistake of not calling the first foul.
So, not quite in the bonus. They need 2 more fouls. And we'll find
there's one there.
We're trying.
Okay, so that took them 23 seconds to create those 4 fouls that they needed.
And they still need one more.
And they still need another.
Yeah, Paletti. Oh, but Grice will be off. That will be her 5th.
And possibly that was not the person that you would want to be fouling in that situation.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But she's had a great tournament, so I applaud her hustle. She stayed out there for a long time with 4 fouls, and as you said, talking to Coach Graham, she was the most underrated player of the tournament in his eyes.
And she certainly showed what she had to offer the team during the course of that game. But unfortunately for this Wellington team, New Plymouth have been composed, they've been organised, they've had players step up for the big occasion. All the players have stepped up. Their bench, that number 4 that's come in for them, has had a great contribution off the bench. But when you look at Manuirirangi and Paletti especially, I think that's the tail of the game.
Can't go past. So Erica Blundell makes the 3, and there's a quick foul again. And Coach Graham's imploring his players, don't let the time go off the clock. Foul straight away.
Every time there's a foul in this last 57 seconds.
So the score, 57 seconds to go. Wellington 59.
New Plymouth Girls.
New Plymouth Girls 59. Wellington 46. Make that 60 for New Plymouth.
And who's at the line but Manuirirangi? I apologise.
So, if you had to pick an MVP?
Well, I mean, you can't go past. It's got to be between Paletti and Manuirirangi, but I wouldn't like to make that decision.
Split it in half, I would say.
They've both been instrumental in this team. I mean, Manuirirangi's got such lovely skills. Looking at the stat line, Manuirirangi 21 points. 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. Paletti, 14 points, 22 rebounds.
22.
Just an unbelievable, outstanding game. Great for the final. She's had a wonderful, wonderful game, and they both have, so equally deserved of that honour of MVP.
And Coach Trent Adam pacing the sideline. He's got a smile the size of a barn door on his face. He's pretty confident, and so he should be. He's still barking out orders, but he's barking out orders in a reasonably relaxed fashion for him.
So 32 seconds to go. Wellington trying to get that 3, but I think just a good position for Tara Young. Shoots, does not convert, and to be honest, probably not much point to foul now.
No. Mind you, the girl's just doing what the coaches asked for. We've got to get the clock stopped, and she's responding to that. Not being a bad player, not being a dirty player, just executing tactics. Paletti gets the reward for a fantastic game by being subbed off with 20 seconds left in the game. She knows what she's contributed, and she should be very, very proud of her effort. Number 4, Smith coming out.
We've got Tegan Graham coming off the court. She's had a wonderful tournament. Great player.
Good to be acknowledged by the crowd and her teammates in this situation. Always difficult to lose, but she's had a wonderful tournament. She's had a very, very strong final. But it was New Plymouth's day with their shooting, with their boxing out, and with their ability, I think, to contain the bigs inside.
And there's a 3 launched by Tiare Nata, but does not hit anything. And Manuirirangi gets her only sub of the match. Hugs from Coach Adam. What a great performance. And Howe back into the game. She dribbles the ball up under pressure. 8 seconds left in the game. 64-46 to New Plymouth Girls. The winners.
Crowd counting down. Bell goes in the air. National champions, New Plymouth Girls High School.
And a convincing performance, 64-46. They will be stoked. Coach Adam, Trent, he will be fizzing. What a game. And Wellington, they need to hold their heads high. They've had a great tournament, just one short this year.
Wellington, a great game.
Well, their big aim, of course, apart from winning it, is to get through to the final. They felt that they had more to give from last year's effort, where they only lost one game in the crossovers and would only finish third. To make it this far through the final. If you've made it through to a national final, you have to be very, very proud of what you achieved. If you win that national final, you have to be doubly assured that you've kept your composure, that you've played to your strengths, and that you've had a team that goes reasonably deep on the bench to deliver the product required.
And well-deserved hugs all around. Well done. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for calling that game with me. Just a quick shout out to my Waimea College girls, and a shout out for your girls too, Phil.
Yeah, shout out for Christchurch Girls High School. We're looking forward to the opportunity to qualifying next year. Looking forward to meeting Waimea in some local competition in the South Island. And that's it from me.
Thank you. Cheers.